Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this August the 2nd, 2025. I'm hoping everybody had a great Saturday out there so far. Everybody had a great Saturday evening. Hope everybody can stay safe and well and also enjoy the weather. Got the only weather you got. Okay, in tonight's video, we're going to be taking a look at the lower 48 and also the tropical weather outlook as well. So we're going to go ahead and start off in the tropics. You see this little area of low pressure right off the southeast coast. This system has about a 30% chance of development over the next 48 and next 7 days as it continues to push away from the area. This system could become Tropical Storm Dexter. Would not be surprised to see that, but right now it has a 30% chance of development. Also, you can see this little system here right off the coast of the right hand screen. There's supposed to be another wave behind it in this region right here. When I'm circling with my mouse here, you can see it right in this area here. Something tropical could develop there. Right now it has about a 0% chance of development, and during the next 7 days has a 20% chance of development out in the MDR region. We'll continue to monitor it, and we'll talk about that toward the end of the video as I got the forecast model, not the forecast models, but the National Hurricane Center outlook for that system excuse me, in the tropical Atlantic. Alright, we got another system here. You can kind of see it just north of the Puerto Rico islands, also toward the Dominican and Haiti islands as well. Also we've got some activity across Cuba, the Yucatan Peninsula, South America. Here goes one tropical system here pushing on off to the west. We got more activity behind it, could become something in the eastern Pacific. We got activity over Mexico up into Texas, stretching from Louisiana to Georgia, and also northern Florida, the Carolinas. This is pretty much just a cold frontal boundary. We've been experiencing highs today generally in the 70s and 80s. Some areas could be in the 60s further to the north. We've got more activity out here in the western U.S. from Montana down towards New Mexico, and it's pretty tranquil across much of the remainder of the U.S. from a portion of Minnesota to a portion of Oklahoma to the Carolinas all the way up to Maine. Got one little system here, a little clipper system here that may move through Maine. Could bring a little bit of shower activity to you guys as well. Alright, got another system here moving into the Pacific Northwest. Should move into Washington, Oregon State sometime later on your Sunday. So tonight into Sunday morning. So alright, if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Also like these videos, share these videos, and let's continue to get the show on the road here, folks. Alright, you can see here we got some flash flooding and heavy rain from southern South Carolina to Georgia, northern Florida, and also southeastern and the Panhandle region of Alabama and the Florida Panhandle there in Florida. Over here in Texas, we have some flash flooding and heavy rain there as well. Alright, we got some showers and storms up here across southeast Canada, stretching from just north of Lake Superior over toward Ottawa and Toronto, Canada, over toward northern Maine and New Brunswick. More activity from North Carolina to Florida, Atlantic coastal waters. There's that area of low pressure that could become Dexter off the southeast coast, and as it pulls away, got another low pressure system here over the Panhandle and the Big Bend area of Florida as well. It produces some thunderstorms and showers over the northern Gulf. Got more activity in Mexico to Texas, through the Dakotas, Montana, Minnesota, also through Wyoming to portion of Oregon, Idaho, and also southern Canada regions as well. Otherwise, expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Sunday. Alright, here's a look at your Monday forecast. You can see we've got thunderstorms and showers from Maine, also New Brunswick area, all the way across Toronto, Ottawa, Canada, over toward Lake Huron, Lake Superior, northern Michigan, South Canada, right along the U.S.-Canadian border, stretching into Washington State, northwestern western coastal areas of Washington State, southwestern Canada. More activity in the Oregon and northern Nevada, also in Idaho, through the Dakotas, through Texas, a little bit in Mexico as well, also along the portion of the Gulf Coast. The area of low pressure kind of meanders along that coastal community across Mississippi and Louisiana, rides that stationary frontal boundary, stretching off into the southeastern U.S., and more activity stretching into the Carolinas, Virginia, over toward Illinois. Alright, otherwise expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Monday. Alright, let's move on to the current watches, warning, advisory map for your location across the nation. Okay, we got a lot of air quality alerts on the map here. You can see from Maine all the way to New Hampshire, Vermont, and portion of northern New York State. Over here to portion of Michigan, northern portion of Indiana, northeastern Illinois, all of Wisconsin and Minnesota, and also Iowa. Got a little bit over here in portion of Missouri and portion of eastern Kansas. Flood watches and flash flood warnings for a portion of South Georgia, northern Florida. Even got a few flash flood warnings West Virginia. It's also in the central Texas. Got a little bit of heat advisories over a portion of southeastern Texas area, and a little bit along the Texas area here, right along the Mexico border. Got some severe thunderstorm watches and warnings going from Kansas to Colorado to North Texas, New Mexico area as well. Also got some hydro issues over northeastern Montana. Red flag warnings remain in effect for portion of Utah over towards Oregon. Also Idaho here, and also like the Utah, western portions of Colorado. Extreme heat warnings for Southern California and also Southern Arizona. We got a couple areas, counties here in southeast Arizona, maybe with some sets of heat watches in effect for you guys as well. Alrighty, we got the small craft advisory, gale warning from up here around the Washington D.C. area, Maryland area, down to the South Carolina coast, Southern California coast up to Oregon coast, Central and South Hawaiian chain island as well, around the Alaska region. Even got the red flag warnings for the Hawaiian chain island. Even got one little area in Alaska could have some flood advisories there. Flood watches in effect for you guys there as well. Excuse me. Alright, let's move on to the Storm Prediction Center outlook. Alrighty, you can see, and alrighty, had to get some water, but of course, let's get back to it. We got a marginal risk over here in portions of Oregon, then again from portions of South Dakota down into Texas. General thunderstorms elsewhere from southern South Carolina to Florida to areas of Bowling Green, Kentucky to southern Louisiana to Texas to the Dakotas, portion of Montana, and over toward northern California and Oregon State. Let's take a look at the tornado probability. Should be less than 2%. Well, no, 2% over Texas. Alright, let's take a look at the damage and winds. 5% over Oregon, from South Dakota into Texas. Alright, large hail looks like this, pretty much same locations. Alright, let's move on to day number 3. Alright, general thunderstorms up here over portion of northern Maine and northern New York State. Southern Maine to northern New York State. Getting ahead of myself. Alright, anyway, we got general thunderstorm from up here around Charlotte to Tampa, Miami to Brownsville to Bismarck, all the way over towards Spokane, Boise, Idaho, and Fort Stockton, Texas. Marginal risk up here around Rapid City to Pierre to Valentine, and then from portions of Idaho over toward Glasgow, Montana. Probability looking like this, 5%. Alright, now let's take a look at that tropical weather outlook. This was updated at 8 p.m. this evening. Here's that system here off the southeast coast. As of 8 p.m. western tropical Atlantic, non-tropical area low pressure has formed along a frontal boundary about 150 miles off the coast of North Carolina. This system could acquire some tropical or subtropical characteristics through Monday, while it moves to the east-northeast at about 10 miles per hour away from the coast of North Carolina. Environmental conditions become less conducive for development after Monday. Formation chance through 48 hours, 30%, and formation chance through 7 days is 30%. Alright, let's take a look at this big system here out in the tropical Atlantic. As you can see here, it's got a big area here, central tropical Atlantic. Tropical wave is forecast to move off the west coast of Africa in the next day or two. Environmental conditions could support some gradual development of this wave during the middle to latter part of the next work week, while it generally moves to the west northwest across the central tropical Atlantic. Formation chance for 48 hours near 0% and 20% over the next 7 days. So alrighty, so like I've been mentioning, tropics will begin to start heating up across the tropical Atlantic, so get ready, folks. This is prime time for hurricane season from now and through November the 30th, so get ready. Peak season for hurricane season is around September 10th. we're headed toward that time frame that it kind of slowly drops off. But don't let your guard down, because them systems can continue all the way until November 30th, sometime even into December and January as well. So anyway, hope everybody enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe if you have not. Like these videos, share these videos, and we'll catch you back in the next one. So have a wonderful Saturday evening, folks. Take care and also enjoy the weather, because it's the only weather you got. And thank you for tuning in to the Mike Bass Weather Forecast channel. Y'all have been a great audience. I will continue my work, continue forward.